Hello YouTube! I am Thorstein from Cinema Terror, and today I had the pleasure of watching the newest horror film from French filmmaker Pascal Laugier, the man who has already cemented his place in cinema horror history 10 years ago with the shocking and grueling movie experience that is Martyrs. His newest effort, Incident in a Ghostland, might not go down in history in the same way as Martyrs, but is it worth watching? Well, let's get into it. Incident in a Ghostland, or just Ghostland in some parts of the world, tells the story of Elizabeth Keller. She is a young girl who has aspirations of making it as a writer when she becomes older. Together with her sister Vera and her mother Pauline, they move into an old house that used to belong to their aunt before she passed away. On their very first night in this new house, a terrible event takes place that changes the life of them all forever. Years later, Elizabeth has been able to succeed in chasing her dream of becoming a writer, much in due to her being able to translate real-life trauma into her work as a horror novelist. But one day she gets a call that makes her leave her new, comfortable life to head home and visit her mother and sister. The trauma of the past comes back to haunt her in a big, unpredictable way, and to learn what happens next, you will have to watch Incident in a Ghostland. Since I don't watch trailers or movies that I know I'm going to watch regardless, I had no idea what to expect going into this film, but kind of expected a ghost story due to the, title of the film. The film is absolutely not that, and I can't really go into it without revealing more than what I want to about the film. The story relies on you going along with a big twist that happens in the middle part of the movie, and I was not fully on board for it. In fact, I think your overall enjoyment of the entire film will depend a lot on your feelings when this turn takes place. For me, the idea perhaps worked better on paper, as it is new and unexpected, but I didn't feel like it was executed good enough within the movie. It did not take me out of the film, but I wasn't all that happy about it when it happened. The film has a very brutal and intense tone to it, much due to the terrifying events that take place, and just the look and style that Laugier went for and is an expert at. It doesn't go out of its way to shock and disturb you like some of the now classic French extreme horror movies that came out during the 2000s, but it has some stuff that can get under your skin. Especially the, evil element of the film is very well done. I could have watched more stuff regarding that, them or it, than spend that much time on the Elizabeth character and her inner troubles, even if that is the central part of the story.
Vera, please stay with me, please, Vera. Vera.
We broke your sister.
I kinda did want them to go even further and show even more torture, but I can totally understand why they choose to not take full advantage of that, as it would have become a film that would be very hard to sit through. And I'm sure that Laugier wants to be known for more than just being the French guy who delivers films that shock the living crap out of his audience. That being said, he sure has a knack of creating this unique, visceral, uneasy atmosphere that just fills up the screen. And as I said, I wouldn't have minded it if he went even further, as there is not too subtle hints of sexual abuse and all of that stuff that would have been just the worst thing ever to sit through if they had given it screen time in this film. I like being disturbed and feeling like human beings are the worst things ever when I'm done with the film, so even if I would have been welcoming for more shock and terror, you shouldn't mistake it for the film being tame or anything like that. The main actresses has to go through a lot of torment during the film, and it's hard not to feel for them when you watch the amount of emotions they have to get across. Supporting actress Taylor Hickson, who plays Vera, is especially excellent, and it's too bad that her experience on the film ended poorly, due to her getting a disfiguration on her face while filming, which she is currently suing the production company over. The production values are quite good, and the same can be said about the use of music and sound. It's not a pretty film to look at, but that's not what it is attempting to be either. There are a few jump scares that might annoy people who dislike them, but in this film I didn't mind them too much. Incident in a Ghostland is a tense film that tries to grab you and not let you breathe until it's over. I don't think it fully succeeds in what it sets itself out to do, but the good parts of it definitively accounts the negatives. If you are in the mood for a film that wants to terrify you, both by showing violence and getting at you psychological, then give it a chance. Personally, I'm looking forward to see what Pascal Laugier comes up with to freak us out in the future. Incident in a Ghostland gets a good score of 3.5 out of 5. Have you seen this film yet? What do you think of Pascal Laugier in general? I am still sad that his version of Hellraiser never came to light, as I can't think of anyone else that would be able to bring a dark, brutal, tormented world to the screen as what he can. If you enjoy French horror films, then take a look at my review of the excellent film Revenge by debut director Coralie Fargeot. Thank you for watching the video, hope you enjoyed it, and make sure to come back in the future for more horror movie reviews here on Cinema Terror.